Boom, Chanka. Hey everyone, how's it going? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with a little live match reaction for you for the Manchester United versus Liverpool game that's finished 0-0 at OT. I would have loved to have got one over on these Scousers, but bearing in mind how the game actually went in the end, I think it's a decent result for us in the end, especially considering how dominant they were in the previous fixture and the earlier fixture earlier on in the season with Jose in charge. This was a different sort of a setup, different vibe. This team of Uniteds, it is just that. It's a team. It felt like a team, even if we were getting out-possessed somewhat in the first half. You know, we rallied around. Everyone was pulling in the same direction, and it was a good team spirit that we showed today. And you have to remember, Liverpool are top of the league because they've played some of the most nice attacking football that there has been in the league. Obviously, they've scored a heck of a lot of goals. They are right at the top of the league. So, based on the league, which is 38 games of form to show who's the best person in that year or the best team in that year, Liverpool are the best team currently. So for the fact that Manchester United didn't get outplayed by them, a second half performance from United was better. Maybe he took the game to Liverpool more than they did to us. We certainly had a good chance, which Allison made a good save from. So basically, Scousers, you're not even good enough to win the league this season, okay? You come to United, you didn't really create a whole lot. You know what I mean? Supposed to be this amazing, ripping team that's taking on everyone coming, scoring goals left, right and centre. Could do that again today against Manchester United, though. This isn't the Manchester United that Jose had. You know, this is Ole Gunnar's Manchester United. And you know what? If we didn't have the injuries that we did today, then who knows what could have happened, because that completely disrupted our flow. It completely disrupted the team, the shape and everything. We had to mix things up and react to situations that were happening throughout the game. You know, Herrera has been incredible for us recently. Has to go off. Lingard comes on for Mata. Then Lingard has to, it was just a complete colossus nightmare for us in terms of injuries, and that really disrupted everything for us. Bearing in mind those things, bearing in mind Liverpool is supposed to be this dominant force, and the fact that Ole Gunnar's only had a short space to work his magic, and the team had injury problems, and they had to adapt in a short space in the game, I'd say, based on that, Liverpool are not good enough to win the league. So at least we've taken a couple of points off them today anyway. It's a shame we haven't won the game. Of course we wanted to win this game. And it's never right for a United fan to be satisfied with a draw at home against the Scousers. But based on how the game went, the injury problems that we had, the adaptations we had to make in-game, I'd say that we navigated that pretty much as best we could. And 0-0 draw in the end is actually pretty decent. It's a decent result for the Scousers as well, because they weren't good at all today. They didn't set the world alight. Players like Salah, just basically the invisible man today. And he's obviously an incredible player, so they didn't turn up, I don't think. I'm not going to say that we absolutely outclassed them and nullified them and made them look bad. I think they didn't put in a sparkling performance themselves, but equally, United did very well. Ole Gunnar did very well in forming certain players to mark up on certain players and nullify them once you could see that the problems they were causing us in the first half and some of the changes we had to make. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a little tactical wizard, lads and lasses. Seriously, he was making changes throughout that game. Obviously, at half-time, he's had to make quite a lot of tactical changes because of the injuries that we've had and the way that Liverpool are playing. And second half, I must say, I think we performed a heck of a lot better. We took the game too than Liverpool weren't really at the races. And if anybody was looking like to score, I think it was us. Maybe I'm just looking at it through rose-tinted glasses, but I genuinely believe the longer that game goes on, the more chance United have of actually snatching it. But fair play to Liverpool. We know they got a point away at Old Trafford. They should be satisfied with that. I mean, for them, this is an opportunity to play United that historically is not as strong as we have been. Yes, we've been on a massive upturn. We've got a lot of good positivity surrounding the club at the moment, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's at the wheel, and it feels freaking great. But, still, we are lacking in certain areas. But it seems to me, at least, that Liverpool was certainly lacking in certain areas as well. I mean, we were putting balls into the box there. Van Dijk's supposed to be this absolute colossus. He looked lost at times there at the back of Liverpool's defence. Still, they've got some vulnerabilities that you can see. But, of course, they are a great attacking unit. I mean, I just personally think they didn't necessarily turn up. It wasn't their best performance. It wasn't their best day out there, best day at the office. But United did enough just to get the point anyway. Everybody who's tuning in right now, thanks for stopping by on the channel. How's it going? Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game. 0-0 affair in the end there. There hasn't been a 0-0 game at Old Trafford since, I believe it was 19 two sides today. So it's been a while. We were sort of due one. But, yeah, I mean, let me know what you think about the performance in the game today. I'm not going to stick around too long. I've got to attend to a little bit of business very, very shortly. Don't know why I'm looking at my wrist there. But Do us a favour, smash a like on this video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the game and any comments you've got. I will try and read as many of them out before I go. Right, that's everybody who's saying hello to me. Hello to all you guys. Thanks for stopping by on the channel. Ted Zavana with a super chat here. He comments and says, Rashford playing hurt shows his true dedication and passion for United. He is just an incredible player. I agree with you. I think he's got the right mentality. He's prepared to put it on the line for United, and I do like that. I do admire that. And from somebody so young, I think he's definitely a good young lion for Manchester United to have around the place. He's been tremendous recently. It's a shame the injury problems we picked up today. You know, I hope nothing is too serious. Couple of players hobbling off. Herrera's been so important for us recently. You know, Lingard and Mata. So it is a big shame that we picked up so many injuries. I just, it's nothing too serious. We can get those players back quickly, get them you know, back in the side and recovered, because it is not good. We've already got players like Martial out. Shit, man, we've got some serious injury problems at the moment. So we've got a lot of work to do in the coming weeks to get back into that top four, because obviously what this result has done is it means Arsenal have gone above us. Alex Rudd in the house, my moderator here, along with Kyle in the house together. Hopefully that will keep the racists at bay. But anyway, Alex Rudd, how's it going? He comments, Arsenal top four. Oh, fair enough, Alex. You know, I was bantering you the other week about it when we've overtaken you, and fair enough, you got it done. You got done today against Southampton, and of course, you are back in the top four now. Congratulations! Enjoy it while it lasts. This was just a little blip on the road to redemption for Manchester United. Ole Gunnar, you know, he's done a good job, really, to get the 0-0 against the. I hate to say it at Old Trafford. It feels sickening to say it, but really, based on how they've been this season. The importance of the fixture for us and them. It doesn't hurt us too much. It also doesn't help us tremendously. If we'd have won today, obviously we would have been sort of cemented in the top four there, or at least above you guys. But unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. So, but the point is still a good result for Manchester United with how things have gone, with the previous fixture earlier on in the season, with the short time that the lads have had to turn it around at United. It couldn't have really gone any better in that game, especially if you look at the first half performance from United. It wasn't very good. Liverpool certainly dominated play. They certainly had a lot of the ball. They certainly passed it around much more convincingly than us in the first half. And I think they ended the half with 65% possession or something like that. So that does tell you a story of who was in control of the actual play of the game. Now, possession doesn't win games. It doesn't score goals necessarily. And United, of course, have shown lots of good, fast counter-attacking football recently. So that was clearly our sort of philosophy today. Keep them at bay and try and hit them swiftly on the counter-attack. There wasn't too much action in the game from either side, to be honest with you. That was the disappointing thing. It was a bit of a shit Man United-Liverpool derby game, wasn't it? It really wasn't the most intense or the best game I've ever seen. Atmosphere seemed great, but yeah, I mean, a 0-0 in that sort of fixture, it doesn't happen very, very often. Prog for Prog comments and says we could be sixth after Chelsea play. Yeah, I mean, we can't really look at it like that. I think Ollie's done an incredible job. He's obviously, you're right, it would be very disappointing to drop down to sixth, but it's still teetering there. It's teetering. One game here, couple of draws, one win here, and it can completely change. Obviously, Arsenal, ourselves, and Chelsea are fighting it out for that top four spot. Tottenham and City and Liverpool, they're in that separate little higher league up there, and they are pretty safe, not dropping out of the top four, of course. So Chelsea and Arsenal and ourselves are going to have to scrap it out. Based on how we've done recently, I'd say that over the period that Ole Gunnar's been in charge, there hasn't been a better team in England than Manchester United. So come on, my son. We will get back on the right track after this Liverpool game. We will hopefully claw ourselves back into the top four. You know, I believe in the team. I do. I believe in the team, even with these injury problems. Oh. Kyle Fury, Luke Shaw is glad after Jose left. Yeah, him and everybody else. That guy was a complete freaking virus in the side, and so it turns out, because every player that's played since has actually performed a lot better than they did under his regime at basically any point, and a lot more consistently. Players like Paul Pogba today, you know, he didn't set the world alight, but it was still a decent performance from him. He still had a hand in some good play. Second half performance much better. Hi Morgan, free person. Thanks for your comment. Alex Rudd, what are your thoughts on injuries? Well, the injuries, I mean, personally, I don't think it was like any ridiculous crunching challenge injuries or anything, but it's just unfortunate. Players hobbling off. Herrera's a huge player for us. Obviously had to go off. That's a big loss. Hopefully it's just nothing serious. Like I was saying earlier on, hopefully it's nothing serious, because we can't deal with these injury problems at the moment. It's not like we've got the deepest squad in the world. And certainly with players like Lingard with knocks and Martial with knocks, Mata, the other lads that picked up knocks, it is not looking good for United's injury list right now. Ron Roger comments, it's the garlic on the pitch. Pro for Pro comments, the board should have invested. Viraj Palmer, we had our moments, and on another day we could have won the game. Yeah, I mean, I think it could have been that's the case for both teams. Either way, Liverpool, they did, like I say, dominate the first half. Second half, we looked a lot more convincing. We did create a couple of good chances. We had one really good chance, which Anderson made a really good save from. So it was a very close game. Chances few and far between. Could have gone either way, I suppose. The Music Fiend comments and says the diss track jinxed us, Pig. Well, maybe it did or maybe it didn't, because some of the things I said in that track actually came true. We did make them look shit, in my opinion. It's not like they ripped us open. We have had problems recently. Everybody knows that. It's not like we're the best historical United side there ever has been. We are some way off being that old United side. We're in the right direction again now. We've got that belief back, that right mentality, but we're still not that same track. And I just think that because of that, because Liverpool are fighting for this league, they've taken a point here in a game they could have taken 3 from. You know, we did make them look shit a little bit. Let's be honest now. They didn't blow us away. They weren't amazing. Their star players didn't perform. They didn't represent. We kept a clean sheet. Okay, we didn't score against them. But anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. I just think that we didn't make... They're not good enough to win the league. City are going to win the league. Okay? Even though they're a point behind them, lots can happen. Liverpool bottom jobs. That's what I said in my video, and it's true. Right, anyway... Subhajit Badra comments, Shaw was fantastic. Overall team defended very well. Season is not over. Still a long way to go. Absolutely. Lots can happen. Lots can change. Even if we are 6th after Chelsea play. Hang on there. What's that? Season not go. Sorry, I've just got 2 comments mixed up there. But anyway, yeah, Shaw has had a great turnaround since Jose's gone. A lot of the people have. I think he's had a troublesome time at Manchester United over the last few years, and finally it's looking like he can cement himself in there as a quality player for Manchester United. Absolutely young player still going forward for the future of the country, and Manchester United, I think he's going to be very important indeed. Everybody who's tuning in right now, do us a favour, smash a like on this video. Even if you're a Scouser, let me know your thoughts on it. I can't hang around too long, as I said, guys, so I'm just a little bit conscious of the time. But I do appreciate you, all you people tuning in. Obviously, it was a 0-0, so there's not a terrible amount to really get into. But Gungshi, how are you doing? He's commented with a super chat. I've never seen so many injuries in a game. What a strange game. Yeah, even Liverpool had Firmino off before half-time. United picking up a whole host of injuries today. And a strange one as well, because fair enough, if it was like an old game against Wimbledon or something, and you're just getting kicked over the pitch left, right, and centre, then fair enough, you can understand you're picking up injuries. But yeah, just hammies going, little annoying injuries. And the players had to come off. So I totally agree with you, Gungshi. Thanks for stopping by. Very strange game for injuries. I can't remember a game in such quick succession where we've had those injuries. So 3 in the first half is pretty intense, especially as substitutes just come on. When you think about it, the fact that happened, the fact that that's completely thrown everything out the window in terms of game plan and shape and tactics and all that sort of stuff. When you think about it, the fact that we manoeuvred against the top of the table side just goes to show what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done at United. He's completely turned this team around. We kept a clean sheet against possible champions who are looking good for the title. We know who are the front runners. But certainly we did halt them somewhat. And obviously City can go over and overtake them and win the league. And hopefully that is what happens, even though I obviously hate City. It's the lesser of 2 evils. We don't want the Scousers to be bigging it up for years about, oh, we're the champions and all this. It's nice that they haven't won anything or the title for 30 years. You know, that's all we've got right now, because we are behind on the pitch. So, Camilla R., thank you very much for your lovely comment there. Appreciate it. Shout out to you. Alex Rudd, when are you releasing the new album, Piggy? I don't think I'm going to be releasing a new album. Anybody who tuned in and watched my random rap bars video yesterday, thanks very much for stopping by and watching it. If you haven't seen it, search for it. It's called Red Devil. It's about the Scousers. Anyway, Camilla R. says, Pig, I liked your diss on Liverpool. Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate anybody who did watch that, honestly. It's just pretty random. Gungshi comments and says, Pig, we are definitely heading in the right direction with Ollie. Get in there, my son. Totally agree. I mean, compared to what we were like, it's actually absolute night and day. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has got us playing good football again. He's got that belief back at United. He's got that team spirit back. You can see that today with the injuries happening. Everybody's rallying round. Everybody's going for it. Everybody's fighting their hearts out. And that is what I like to see. Whether or not you get the result or not, that is the bare minimum of Manchester United. And Ole Gunnar's restored that immediately. No more Pogba playing with a strop on. No more, Luke Shaw playing with his head down. A lot of the players at Manchester United, Lukaku looked like a complete melt job. I think, he didn't have a lot to do offensively, or didn't have much of an influence offensively, but he did well today. And I think just the change in mentality, never got that under Jose Mourinho, that fight. And it's a shame. At times they did, obviously, but most of the time, they just didn't look like they were happy playing with Jose Mourinho in the system that he wanted. We've got attacking, expressive players being shackled by a defensive system. It doesn't work. You take that away, you bring back the United mentality of, good counter-attacking football, good offensive football at the right times, good mentality in terms of fighting for every single ball, running just as much or more than the opposition. All that sort of stuff is very, very important. We've been defending like lions recently. That's one of the biggest changes we've seen since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been at the wheel, is that he has got this team defending a lot better. And, if you defend from the front, if you take the mentality maybe of attacking is the best form of defence, as they say, I think that's absolutely helped. It's taken some of the pressure off the back line. The back line's been allowed to defend more. We're not giving the opposition more opportunity just to play football in front of us and then only initiating in the final third, which we were doing a lot under Jose Mourinho, a lot of players behind the ball deep. That's not the United way. The United way is to, be set up so we can hit swiftly on the counter-attack. And also, just defend very well, but also with an attack mind to it. So we're not just set up to defend the whole game. We're not Stoke City here. We're not getting numbers behind the ball and freaking whipping balls into the box and long balls up the pitch. That's what we were doing too often or not, or just keeping hold of it, sidey. Mourinho was an absolute nightmare for this club, to be honest. Okay, he won a few things first season, but guys had a calamity. Alex Rincon in the house. Thanks everybody so much for your comments. He comments and says, still undefeated under Ole. Can you believe that? It's quite incredible. Obviously, you're talking about in the league. Obviously, PSG we did. But yeah, league, still undefeated. We've played some big teams. And we've got some big wins. And we are still undefeated. It's quite unbelievable. Priyesh Patel says, our attitude is great under Ole, even when we are shy. 100% agree, man. The team spirit is back. And Alex Rincon, that just further backs up what you were saying. We're still undefeated them. And maybe we would have beaten them if we didn't have the injuries. That's what you've just said there. And I totally agree with you. Paul Lucas, at least we're in the fight for top four. That wasn't possible before Ole and Phelan. Oh my days, you're so right, Paul. That wasn't possible at all. Did you see that fixture? That is what convinced me. Well, actually, I was convinced a long time before that, but that was the final nail in the coffin. That Manchester United performance in the last fixture against Liverpool in the league. We got absolutely devastated. We didn't have anything for them. They took the game to us and destroyed us. It was completely unacceptable. We needed to make the change. We did that, and we have been rewarded with results. We've been rewarded with change, and the change at United has been profound. They have been a completely different. The players look up for it. Ole's got the mentality back, and the players all playing the right type of football. So I just say it again, he and the coaching staff of United deserve a massive amount of respect from everybody, because they've completely saved our season. Even though we've dropped out the top four, we're still in with a fight now. And just a short while ago, it didn't look like we had any chance of doing that. Right, lads and lasses, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to wrap this one up early because I do have to get going and the time is marching on. But thanks so much for stopping by on the channel today. If I've not been able to answer your comments, please do come back in a few minutes, get your comments and thoughts in. Man of the match for me maybe would be Luke Shaw. I think he put in a really good performance, defensive good performance for Manchester United, and he was very good. I'll see you all very soon. There'll be much more content coming on the channel. I'm going to try and get more stuff coming out more often, more random stuff, previews, chats with other YouTubers and stuff that I'm going to try and put on the channel. So there's a lot more to come here. Thanks so much for stopping by, everybody. 0-0 in the end. United still undefeated in the league. We've stopped Liverpool's hopes slightly because, okay, they've gained a point here, but they still dropped 2 points. We still helped City a little bit to catch them. The Scousers, they're overrated, man. Based on today, they are overrated. No, I'll leave it there. But thanks so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Smash a like on it before you go. Follow me on social media at Flying Pig United. At Mr. Flying Pig HD on all social media platforms. All the best to you guys. Have a good one. Even you Scousers. Good luck with the league. Obviously, I don't mean that. But appreciate you guys turning up and giving us a point there and looking like an absolute second-rate unit. I'll see you soon. This is a Pig. Have yourselves a